Hello, lovely people. How are you doing today? So a few hours ago, Foodie Beauty posted on her community tab, "Hey guys, I want to do a Q&A, questions and answers video, so please leave your questions below. Thanks for participating." Now that sounds great in theory, and the people have questions and surely want their answers, but we know Foodie Beauty isn't really going to answer all these questions, so I figured I'd answer them for her. So let's see. First question, where would you both like to travel next? Wherever will be easiest to get to for their next visa run? Or maybe a trip to Thailand again, where Salah can go to the massage parlors, wink wink, while Foodie Beauty stays in the hotel room. I am a new subscriber and I was watching a lot of your older videos, and in one of them you said how when you were younger your dad was not present in your growing up, same as me, and your mother was extremely busy working. You said how you faked overdosing on drugs and landed up in hospital only for them to realize you lied for attention. Why did you do this? Maybe it would be healing for you to talk to us or a therapist about your childhood and why you constantly act so defiant and defensive all the time. It is not healthy for an adult to be acting this way, especially a Muslim woman like yourself. It is incredibly embarrassing and shameful to Islam to be acting like this. I am Kuwaiti born but now live in the UK. I would be careful if I were you about what you share online now. So you need to deal with your mental health issues from childhood before you die or get in trouble with the police. Because she's defiant, selfish, severely personality disordered, only cares about herself, and thinks she knows better than the therapist. She doesn't want to face the narcissistic injury and the truth that a therapist would have to offer. So she's likely never going to change and never going to get better. Where are you going to visit next? Love the Thailand visit. Are you and Salah ever going to live in Canada? Already answered the first part. Are they ever going to live in Canada? Probably not, because she would have to get her finances in order, and that's probably never going to happen. Are you scared about your health issues and how it could affect your future quality of life? It seems you take every diagnosis in stride. She's not scared, but if she does get scared, she's just going to drown away those feelings with more food. Hi, Foodie. Quick question. How did you manage to gain 13 pounds? By eating 64,471 calories in 1 week. Who is your favorite YouTuber? What other YouTube creators do you watch? Well, her favorite YouTuber is herself. And what other YouTube creators does she watch? Well, more content about herself. Do you read? I think escaping with reading is great. I want to recommend the Stephanie Plum novels by Janet Ivanovich. Good luck sticking to healthy eating and walking. That's all it takes with consistency. You'll be feeling healthier in a couple months. No, she doesn't read because she hates hobbies, and the only thing she likes to do is scroll through TikTok or watch videos about herself and eat. Do you ever think you'll actually do what doctors tell you? I've already lost body parts from the beatus, and what you are doing is so scary. Please stop. First of all, I'm so sorry to hear that you've gone through that, and I wish good health and healing for you. And no, she'll never listen. Not a question, but be careful taking lots of NSAIDs for a long period, because it can cause GI bleeds. You also took warfarin before. The answer, she doesn't care and she'll do what she wants. Have you ever been ice skating? I've never heard her talk about it, but I don't know. How have you found yourself improving with the walking? Well, I'm sure her stamina is now better than 90% of other YouTubers' stamina. Have you or do you consider your life out of control when it comes to your ability to control your eating and control your health? If so, have you considered inpatient or an outpatient program? She's considered it, but she knows best. The therapists just don't understand what it's like to have binge eating disorder, guys. She's a special and unique flower. If you could have any superpowers, would you use them for good or evil? And these superpowers wouldn't benefit you except to save your life if they were dangerous. Let's say you only had 4 deeds you could do instead of the standard 3. What ones and why? You probably just caused her brain to malfunction because she can't think of anything that she would want to do that wouldn't benefit herself. But I'm sure the deeds would include manifesting fast food whenever she wanted it and sending FFG to go terraform Mars or something. I have spent a lot of energy in my life, I am old, in the pursuit of men, watching my weight, changing my personality, and fussing over them. And you know what I have realized? Men don't think like women at all. It takes age and life experience before they even really care about other people, even their woman. If you never had to pursue a man, what would you do with life? What are your interests? Well, she has no interests outside of eating, and the only thing that would be different is we would just hear less of, "Where's your husband?" Would you like an accountability partner? I'm on the same journey and would love someone to stay on track with. No, she wouldn't like that. But hey, you can always come over here and we can talk about it. Thoughts on Bohemian Grove? WEF? Bilderberg Group? Well, does it have to do with food? No, then she doesn't care about worldly events. She would crinkle her nose up and say, "What's that? Do they serve food at these meetings?" How do you and Salah feel about children, and would you adopt? She hates children, but she's totally going to get a uterus transplant. Why is one side of your face swollen along with your eye? Have you seen a doctor about this? Because fat and no. Is there anything you wish you could tell your younger self if you go back? I'm sure she'd tell herself that she should have left her sister in the dryer for longer and that she should have put BBJ down instead of letting FFG save her. Are you still friends with Pete's? And what is your husband's view about that if yes? Yes, she is, and no, her husband doesn't care because he's too busy pooping on other women. Do you think YouTube is going to take a stand against stalking? What are the pros and cons of being a YouTuber? If you could tell yourself something 3 years ago, what would it be? I think she would say YouTube doesn't care about the stalking. The pros and cons of being a YouTuber? Well, the pros are the money and food. The cons are when people don't always agree with her. And if she could tell herself something 3 years ago, it would probably be something like, remember, Chantel, you are more beautiful and amazing than 90% of other YouTubers. Everybody's going to hate on you, but they're all just jealous. What is one thing about being an influencer we would be surprised to know? Now she has to mute herself every time she farts on live, and it's really frustrating. What's your goals and what do you want to do in life besides weight loss? Inshallah, you'll complete that. What are you striving for? What's your purpose in life, such as you or your little family? Obtaining and consuming food. Next question. Salah proof of life? He's too busy hiding in the bathroom sending poo poo pee pee messages on vanish mode to other women. Do they have the sugar free water flavoring packets to add to your bottled water where you are? Yes, but will she use them? No. Why do you always look up when eating? Why do you always look away from the camera when talking and eating? Because she has to concentrate and think of her next lie. I love Q&As. I have a few. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What do you want to have accomplished by then? I have been watching you a long time and haven't really heard you talk about your family. I know you have a sister, I believe, and wanted to know, do you have any nieces or nephews? Also, do you keep in touch with your biological dad? I've never heard you talk about him much, so I'm guessing he's been out of the picture for a long time, but always wondered. Do you and Salah spend time with Salah's family often? Did you always want to get married quickly and move far away? So much changed so fast for you, and you have handled it really good. Always wishing the best for you. Manifesting good health and weight loss for your health this year. You got this. Consistency is key. Well, it looks like her sister barely tolerates her. She doesn't speak to her dad. I don't know how much time they spend with Salah's family, but it's probably the bare minimum. Did she always want to get married quickly and move far away? Well, every decision she makes is based on impulse and whatever she's feeling at the moment. There are about 7,500 Canadians living in Kuwait. Why have you not reached out and made friends with any of them? Well, because she doesn't like people, because they might have an opinion that she doesn't agree with, or try to hold her accountable for her actions. Food doesn't talk back to you, after all. If you had one wish for future self, what would it be? Endless money for fast food delivery. How do you feel after those 3,000 steps? She has no energy to cook now, so she's going to have no choice but to order a triple, double, quadruple quesadilla from Taco Bell. What is your favorite thing about Salah? What is your favorite thing about Kuwait? Thank you for considering my questions. Her favorite thing about Salah is that he's willing to be with her, and her favorite thing about Kuwait is that her, quote, handsomest man is there. Would you take on the challenge of giving up rice for veggies for one entire week? No. What other countries would you like to visit? Whatever countries are going to make her sound like a cool and worldly influencer. Dream career? Dream vacation? Dream career would be YouTuber, only this time everybody agrees with her and nobody tries to hold her accountable. And dream vacation would be in a hotel room and having constant food deliveries. Is Salah in hiding? Yeah, hiding in the bathroom texting other women. What do you miss most about your life before moving to Kuwait? Natter. Next question. This has nothing to do with anything, but I wish you would react to one of the quote documentaries about yourself instead of just a reaction. You could clarify things or elaborate, etc. Well, that would be too much work. Where's your husband? Hiding in shame after his shitty and rapey ways have been revealed to the internet. Is the culture and way of life in Kuwait lonely? It's so different from the West, I've just wondered. Also, I've wondered how the Muslims there, Salah's established friends and family, if they have accepted you and been nice to you. I hope you have found, quote, a place to belong. She'll probably always be lonely because she refuses to get therapy and address her issues. And accepted is a strong word. How long is Salah grounded from the internet? Until they think people have forgotten about the poo poo saga, which we won't. I think you should let everyone ask questions and not just show the questions you approve of. Well, that's not going to happen. Before you moved to Kuwait, you wanted to adopt a baby. Is that still a plan? She's totally going to get a uterus transplant, guys. Do you ever feel regretful about giving up your cats? Do you wish you could have taken them with you? Genuine questions. The only thing she regrets about it is the narc injury that she received after being exposed by FFG for her animal abuse. Why aren't you doing the reaction videos? Why did you change your mind in less than 24 hours? She has the right to change her mind, guys. You just don't understand. Reaction videos would require work and creativity, and you're asking for too much. You mentioned that you don't have hobbies. How many hours a day do you spend on your phone, including working on editing your videos for YouTube, watching YouTube videos, filming cameos, and browsing social media? All of them, all of the hours. Are there any upcoming Muslim festivals? And if you're allowed to record and if you attend, will you be vlogging any of them? Well, if there is something like a festival, she's not going to go because that would be too many people and too much work. Hi, Chantal. What countries are on your bucket list to visit? Did someone say bucket of KFC? Have you looked at the symptoms of oppositional defiant disorder and borderline personality disorder? Do you believe you might be experiencing these disorders? Is it possible that you are addicted to stress? Additionally, why are you not interested in learning to speak Arabic, especially considering your desire to live there for a while, your husband's first language, and as a means to show appreciation for the culture? Well, she is a walking example of oppositional defiance disorder and untreated borderline personality disorder. Why is she not learning to speak Arabic? Because it's too much work. Where is your Habibi? Looking for a woman to ham fart on his face? Are you at all afraid of what you're doing to your body? I personally had to stop myself from worrying about you. It drains me in a bad way. It hurts us to see someone harm themselves. Even if we don't know the person, you are worth it. Please ask for help. I see you have a lot of empathy, and she does not give a fuck. Are there any ideas for videos with Salah when he returns? I suggest should have Salah read out a hostage apology note in an orange outfit in the desert next to you with a vegetable pointed at his head. Blocked, deleted, you're just jealous. If Salah moved out, would you pretend that you were still living together and continue to live in Kuwait alone whilst paying him to film your vlogs? Or would you go back to Canada? She would stay as long as he pretended to fake love her. Will you be in Canada for Ramadan? Your visa expires, doesn't it? How will you do Ramadan without Salah? If she does Ramadan at all, she's just going to sleep all day so she can eat all night. What's one thing you could change about yourself being in Kuwait? She doesn't need to change. Allah made her perfect as she is. Hey, sweetie, do you have a good support system? I know you have your hubby and that you talk to your family often, but do you have any friends that you talk to? Someone that you can vent to that doesn't judge you? I worry about you, and we all need that one friend that we can go to when times are hard. Hope you are doing well. No, she doesn't have friends because she would rather talk to a screen because the screen can't talk back. Are there any thrift stores nearby you in Kuwait? Probably, but she's probably not going to go to them because it's doubtful they would have anything in her size anyway. Is Putin overrated? Blocked. Do you have any advice for going to inpatient care eating disorders? No, because she would never. What would you do if YouTube ended? She can't think that far ahead. What is one thing you love about Kuwait/Canada and one thing you hate? One thing she loves about Kuwait is the food. One thing she loves about Canada is the drugs. One thing she hates about Kuwait is the lack of drugs. And one thing she hates about Canada is FFG. What's your final goal weight? What are some places you really want to travel? Biggest pet peeves? Most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? Any advice to young women entering their 20s/ something you wish you could tell your younger self? Her final goal weight is 160 pounds. Where does she want to travel? Well, where can she get the most cheese? Biggest pet peeves? Running out of food. Most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? She's incapable of embarrassment. And the advice she would give: watch out for whores that are trying to steal your husband. Why not come clean about the couples channel and Salah? If he's not coming back, why are you together if what you wanted was a couples channel in the first place? You know what? You're just a jealous hater. Where's your husband? Have you thought of taking Ozempic again? Or Wegovy? If your sis-in-law is a pharmacist, she can likely get you some. She's already on some type of diabetic medication, but it's doubtful that she even takes that like she's supposed to. Why are you not taking insulin to get your blood sugars back to normal and avoid further damage to your body? You are not able to do it with just medication. 10 is not a good fasting blood sugar, so this is the point where your doctor should be putting you on insulin. Oh, I guess everyone just thinks they're a doctor now. Do you ever watch old videos of yourself? Can you react to older videos you put on YouTube? No, because if she doesn't watch it and doesn't react to it, then it never happened. Did you ever consider your YouTube career could be hindering your weight loss motivation? Blocked. What are the key differences between living in Kuwait versus Canada? What do you miss from Canada? She misses the weed. What do you wish to accomplish for 2024? She really wants to hit 100,000 subscribers and get that silver play button. Yes, where's your husband? What do his friends think about the whole Poopgate scandal? It's obvious his family would be embarrassed. Does he have a real job? If so, what is it? Why does he film you in the most unflattering ways? Well, first of all, you're just jealous that you don't have a husband. We are keeping our relationship private, and he totally has a job. Editing my vlogs is a job, and you just think it's unflattering because you must hate fat people. All right, well, that's going to be the last one I'm going to read. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you later.
All right. Toodaloo, folks.